Hey YouTube, Pokemon and Nintendo World Championships commentator Justin, the Justin Flynn here, and I got an awesome video for you guys today. You might have watched the Pokemon National and World Championships recently and thought to yourself, that looks awesome, I want to do that. Well, today is your lucky day because I'm about to give you 10 tips to help you get started on your journey to becoming a professional Pokemon trainer. Before we get into things, here's a little disclaimer. This guide is primarily for people that are completely new to competitive Pokemon. However, there may be a tip or two for more experienced trainers as well. For the sake of time, I'm going to keep most of these descriptions brief. However, there will be links to in-depth information on pokemonforever.com for each of the 10 steps below. Also, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Now it's time to turn your hats backwards, trainers, because we're about to begin. Step number 1. Know the rules. I think this is where a lot of players get hung up. Official competitive Pokemon is played in a doubles format, which means each trainer has 2 Pokemon on the field at the same time for a grand total of 4 Pokemon battling simultaneously. In addition to that, battles are only 15 minutes long, and a few Pokemon are actually banned. Battling competitively earns you championship points, which can give you free travel to Pokemon events and an invitation to the World Championships. I'll go into this a little more later, but if you'd like to become more familiar with the rules, there will be a link in the description below. Step number 2. Get a Ditto and learn how to breed. Yeah, okay, this one sounds a little obvious, but seriously, get a Ditto and get a good one. Having at least 5 IVs is a must, but shoot for one that has 6 and another that has 5 IVs and 0 speed. If you don't have it yet, make sure to grab a Destiny Knot and an Everstone as well. Last time I checked, someone was giving away free 6 IV Dittos with Destiny Knots on pokemonforever.com, so I'll put a link to that in the description. Step number 3. Create a diverse team. Now that you understand the rules and you have a Ditto to make strong Pokemon, it's time to create a team. This is probably the most fun aspect of Pokemon. Deciding on Pokemon, picking their moves, and coming up with cool combinations is often more fun than battling. There is a lot of info about individual Pokemon online, but picking up a physical copy of the National Pokedex is a great start for beginners. Now, going back to what I first said, create a diverse team. It's not always necessary, but it's probably still better for the majority of matchups to do this. But what I mean is, try to have a team made up of different types of Pokemon that incorporates maybe a blend of both physical and special attackers and defenders. For example, Team A has a nice balance, while Team B is very weak to things like Intimidate, Burns, Ground, and Fire type moves. I understand that this is the most complicated part of Pokemon, so in the description you'll find a link to a team building guide. Step number 4. Make sure your Pokemon are on at least level 50. As basic as it sounds, some people don't actually know this, and it's very important. When you go to play in tournaments, your Pokemon will actually be dropped to level 50, but they won't be leveled up to level 50. You definitely don't want to end up with something like you see here on screen. If you bring a level 1 Trevenant to a tournament, you're gonna have a bad time. Step number 5. Train your Pokemon. As you know, Pokemon have stats, but did you know you can actually increase those stats by training your Pokemon? It's actually easier than ever before with the implementation of super training. You can access it through your bottom screen and play mini games to increase specific stats for your Pokemon. You can also feint wild Pokemon, which is faster, but a little more complicated, and you also have to look up which Pokemon boosts certain stats. To learn more about getting the most out of your Pokemon, I put a link in the description below. Step number 6. Study the type chart. Besides knowing the rules, I think this is hands down the most important part of beginning your Pokemon career. Don't just know this thing, eat, sleep, and breathe it. Put one in your school binder. Have one on your computer desk. Keep one by the toilet. I'm not kidding. Anywhere you are, make sure you can see a type chart out of the corner of your eye. Just look how easy it is to understand.
What?
Okay, I know that type chart sucks, but I managed to find this one. And I think it's a game changer. Print this out immediately. Credit to its creator, and a download link can be found in the video description. Step number 7. This is a tough one now. Probably the hardest step of all, but it's practice. There are many places you can test out your newly trained World Championship caliber team. The most obvious is in-game on Battlespot. Make sure you choose Rating Battle and Double Battle for the closest way to real competitive play. You can also go to pokemonshowdown.com. It's not official, but it's a great website for simulating battles before you start the breeding process in-game. Step number 8. This is kind of a weird one, but maybe you know about it, maybe you don't. I highly suggest you use the Versus Recorder. After you battle online or with a friend, the game will ask you if you'd like to save the battle. Win or lose, the Versus Recorder can be very helpful. It's in your key items bag, and it lets you re-watch matches and even replay them. Yes, you heard me right. You can do the battle over, even with a different team. Try it sometime. It's totally awesome. Step number 9. Find official tournaments in your area and go to them. I know what you're thinking. Flynn, yeah, that's how you play the game. But how do I become a pro? Well, this is it. You have to go to tournaments. When you go to tournaments, you collect championship points. And championship points will not only win you free trips to tournaments, but will make you eligible for the World Championships. On your way to becoming world champion, there are many cash and Pokemon related prizes to be won. Over $2 million was up for grabs in the 2015 season. Finding tournaments can be a little confusing, so I'll put a link in the description. But if you'd like to find them for yourself, go to the Attend Events tab on Pokemon.com, then go to Find an Event. This is where you can use advanced search to look for premier and regional challenges, as well as the newest edition called Mid-Season Showdowns. Premier events are smaller and more frequent, so you'll get less championship points than showdowns and bigger regional events. Once you search, you'll get a big list that shows the location and what type of event it is. You can also select an event to see more info. Again, you can check the description for a link so that it's easier for you to find. Step number 10. Just do it. As Shia LaBeouf once said, just do it! Don't be scared. Don't doubt yourself. You're probably better than you think. And even if you go to an event and it maybe doesn't go as well as you had planned, you're still gonna have fun and you might even make some new friends. Good luck, trainers. I'll be watching. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. To see me battle, catch shiny Pokemon, or learn how to become a professional Pokemon player, just click on the videos or check for links in the description below. Also, I started a new series recently where we look at the differences between towns in the Pokemon remakes. Feel free to click on that as well. If you can't get enough Pokemon, make sure to continue your journey by heading over to pokemonforever.com, where you can trade, find battles, and get tips from fellow trainers. See you next time!